Foxhole 1.0 has finally dropped as of the 28th of September. Right now, it is out and you can play it. Originally, I honestly thought this was some kind of community in-joke, like just a running meme that never stopped, but it's actually out and they've added so much stuff. Hey guys, my name is Captain Shack and welcome to a sponsored video for Foxhole. Thanks Siege Camp for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel, I appreciate it. Let's talk about the train update. Okay, it's called the Inferno update because the devs thought that the player base needed flamethrowers and flame tanks and multi-rocket launcher systems. But for a lot of people, this is the train update. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. For those of you on the channel who are uninitiated and don't remember back when we jumped into Foxhole really hard for like 3 months, what is Foxhole? Who is Foxhole? Why is Foxhole? Simple answer. Foxhole is a massive multiplayer game where thousands of players shape the outcome of persistent online war. Every individual soldier is a player that contributes to the war effort through logistics, base building, reconnaissance, combat, and more. And it has been getting so many updates. Even since last time I've covered it here on the channel, they added weather that can freeze you, and new uniforms, and new vehicles and vehicle variants. New building mechanics for defenses where you can draw out sandbags and barbed wire. New intel system for finding out where your enemy is and crushing them. New colonial heavy tanks like the Bardiche or the Gallagher Highwaywind Mark III, which is a mouthful to say. What a name. So many updates. This isn't even scratching the surface. Those are just a few of like the headline features. There's a ton more. 1.0 though is out. This is the single largest update that they've had, I believe, since the game came out. Basically adding another game inside the gameception. Logistical factory building. These new factories can produce the new flamethrowers and flamethrower fuel, and they've added in the variants of all the vehicles that you use at these factories that are completely player built. So I've already started up with hitting the new war that's come out with the 1.0 release pretty heavily. And here's how the first 2 days have gone. By the way, as I'm making this video, it is day 3, and I may or may not have Foxhole open in the background because I'm currently doing Logi stuff. Keep in mind that the technology tree is still a thing. That means that the combat that you're going to be seeing in the background is going to be those early days of Foxhole.
There, Shack, to your left.
Oh, he blew himself up! Where all we've got is bolt-action rifles and now 30-round burst rifles and mammon and frag grenades. We don't have a lot of the tech unlocked, but it's quickly unlocking. We actually got armored cars this morning. At least in prototypes. Let's talk about my experience so far, day 1 and 2, and what I'm looking forward to with the 1.0 update in the war that's going on right now. Logging in, I was greeted with a last stand situation. I decided to check out what was going on in Jade Cove on day 1, and I popped in to this nonsense. We are being completely surrounded. All hope is lost in this section. I am playing as the Colonials, by the way. The other faction is the Blueberries. Armco, my community, plays on the Colonial faction because I thought the green was cool and they were outnumbered when I started playing. So, yeah, this is what I'm in. Constant siege. We're completely surrounded. People are running out, low on ammunition. We're trying to throw grenades and use our pistols to stop. This did not go well, and we eventually lost Jade Cove. So let's try to find another front line.
Hello.
Hi, you're on the top of the hill.
Oh my god.
That. He killed me as I threw it.
Just dead?
Yeah, well, I'm dead. That grenade went off in my face. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I wanted. No, medic. Trying to find an area that required reinforcements on the Colonial sides, I found Fisherman's Row, way in the west. Just slightly north of a city called Arcadia was a fob that was already being sieged up to the limit and was actually destroyed just as we respawned. What we found at Arcadia was that the enemy had them flanked on all sides, and they were starting to lose ground into a player-made factory area to the north, while the enemy also dug in. The Wardens had dug in to the east side. It wouldn't be long before Arcadia falls. Now, we need to delay as much as we can. They're probably going to take this because that seems to be the norm for Foxhole with the Warden strategy. Push hard in the west. If only Abby was here to help me build this.
I'm coming.
Because we have to outbuild their ability to shoot at it. Quickly, Abby, quickly. Back at the factory. We need 40 B mats. Me and Matt are working on this as fast as we can. They're starting to push. We need you. I got another one coming to help me build it. If you can get here quickly enough. If you can hammer it, he's the hammer we need. Hammer, Abby, hammer. Like you've never hammered before.
I'm covered in blood, but we did it.
We did it.
I love how we have so many people sitting in this, in like the...
They're pushing hard on the northwest side, fellas. Literally coming in behind us right now.
Wait, do we have a machine gun? Is that a pushable machine gun? Why are we using that?
Tech. We unlocked the tech. They must have just brought it here. That's new. We haven't had that all day.
We need that desperately.
I'm out of ammo. I didn't bring a weapon. Oh, but he brought me one. No. Okay, I figured I'd find one.
We definitely need that, We need this desperately. We got you. I'm following the gun. I'm protecting the guns.
Stab 2 people!
Nice. I'm attaching my bayonet. Bayonets are fixed, boys. Let's go. Alright. I got you.
I'm in the back. You know where I'm at.
Yep, we're bringing up the big gun. We're pulling up the big gun, Jack.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
Alright, let's go! Push, boys!
Unit lost.
I killed another one with a bayonet! Dude, that's 4 kills!
Jack, you're pushing towards the...
boys! Oh, medic! I see it, wreck 'em. Make sure they don't lose it, though, okay? You gotta protect that thing.
We're trying. They need help. They need help.
Now, after a good 4.5, 5 hours of holding on to Arcadia, trying desperately to at least stall the enemy advance, the other front lines between the middle of the map and the eastern side of the map is actually doing pretty good. They're gaining ground. But in Arcadia, it's just rough. We're being pushed back. Little did I know, Abby fell absolutely in love with the push gun, with the field machine gun, and asked this question that would seal the deal for him for the rest of the night.
How do we build one of those big guns?
Moments later, we found ourselves back at a Logi truck and on the way back to the backline cities so we can see if we can find a prototype kit to build one, because they actually hadn't been unlocked yet. We just started getting prototypes rolled up to the front, and they are super useful for holding out. And we've met some really cool people down on the Logi line who were already making them and bringing them up to the front. We ended up joining up with one of those guys and heading back to Arcadia to see if we can slow down the enemy advance and maybe even make some headway in taking back Fisherman's Row.
Ammo.
Great. Up.
I don't know how much ammo.
Got enough. Start shooting.
As the night went on, and we would do Mammon Rush after Mammon Rush, which is running forward as just a gaggle of infantry armed with the Mammon grenade, the high explosive grenade, and checking them at their buildings, which is literally the only piece of technology at this point in the war we have unlocked to destroy buildings. We didn't make any progress, and the enemy didn't make any progress on us. We just held for the entire night.
Oh, okay. They're not even a gunner anymore.
Better get on it.
Ow.
Jack, get on. No, not him.
Repair it. You're gonna repair it.
Jack.
I'm on it already. I'm firing.
Wasn't letting me move.
We need B-mats. We can't move it unless we get B-mats. Somebody get some B-mats and fix this thing. How did I end up on this thing? Now, I am sad to say, waking up this morning, that, well, Arcadia had fallen about 15 or so hours before it finally had fallen. I ran over and took a look at the bridge to see how the defenses were looking, to see how that front was handling it. Oh, something to blow that fighting pit.
Well, if we had a MG pushed up here, we could maybe suppress it.
overall, it's been a pretty fun night. It's an interesting situation with the new backline factories online and a lot of players giving those a go, building up all of the production that those are going to have, and testing out the new mechanics. It means that the logistic players are spread thinner, but we've also got more players than I think Foxhole has ever had. I think they peaked out at almost or a little over 10,000 players on the Steam charts, which is just crazy how much the game's exploded. They're running 3 servers now. If you don't want to have to wait for queues, I'm playing over on Able. I did play on Baker a little bit, and still fun. They actually split the map vertically instead of horizontally, so it's a very different experience. But if you guys want to see more Foxhole content, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to log back in probably right now and play a bit more and try out the new flamethrowers, as I believe those are getting unlocked today. I will catch you all in the next one. Later, everybody.